All right, this is a Tim Kennedy post. So he says on this day 6 years ago, in the main event, he beat Ultimate Fighter, or he beat Bisping, right?
Yes.
So in this post, because I guess Tim really hates Bisping as well. In this post, Chad Mendes wrote something also about Bisping being an asshole or something like that. So then now Bisping and Chad Mendes have some sort of weird beef going on.
We have Bisping on Food Truck Diaries.
Oh shit.
Coming up.
So then after Chad commented, I couldn't find the comments.
Let me get this straight. So my boy Tim Kennedy puts that post. Now, so let me see what Tim said before I go on. On this day 6 years ago, in the main event of the UFC Ultimate Fighter finale, he beat the living crap of a foul-mouthed asshole who is to this day still talking shit. I'd care less except that he cheated in a fight against one of my friends, spit on another one of my friends, and then talks nonstop crap about the United States. So this dude has made it into my internal hall of douchebags. Wow. Okay. And so Chad Mendes put something like, what did he say?
He just said that he was also a piece of shit, something like that.
Okay.
Right? So he goes right here. I did see Chad Mendes, the wee fucking shite. He
fucking went in on Tim Kane's page and called me ignorant, disrespectful, and all this type of stuff.
Yeah. So then Bisping messaged Mendes this.
You little steroid cheating fuck. Don't be sorry because your career amounted to nothing. Ignorant and disrespectful. What? Like disrespecting the sport by taking steroids, by dishonoring yourself and your opponent in a sport that someone could die? Shame on you, you little dipshit.
Hard in the paint.
Bisping's never shy of words.
And then that's Mendes' response.
Hey, Michael Bisping, let's get some shit straight here. When I let you sought to suspend me, it was for a banned peptide under their rules, not steroid, just to put some shit into perspective. For morons like you, too much caffeine in your system is violation under USADA rules. That entire system is the biggest crock of shit ever implemented in the UFC. Agree. Unlike all these other guys getting popped and making up the worst excuses ever to wheel and deal their suspension down, I own that shit like a man. Now keep my name out of your mouth, you old wooden eye having puck.
I don't know what the hell that is.
I'm suing fuck.
Yeah.
Before I snatch your soul like my boy Dan Henderson did.
And of course he posted that picture. Yep.
That stuff.
Yeah.
That's also Dan Henderson's logo.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, listen.
And that's the last thing I think I saw.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Haha, this is awesome. You know what you have in common with every other cheater cunt? You're also a lying cunt. Also, no one admits to being a bitch. Yeah, listen. If you're gonna go war with words with Bisping, he never ever backs down. It's funny, and we'll talk about it when we get on Food Truck. Like people think me and Bisping hate each other. We love each other, man. I love Michael Bisping. When I learned so much for Bisping when he came and trained at Rain Training Center, I've never seen a guy. You know, he was middleweight, but he was like 200 plus pounds. Just his work ethic and how he never stopped, man. He never stopped, ever. He never stopped. And then when we were grappling, we were having this whole grappling. So yeah, I think it was Pat Cummings, monster, All-American, Penn State wrestler. Mark Munoz, All-American, national champion, Oklahoma State. Huron Gracie, Henner Gracie, myself, Bisping, Ishii, gold Olympic medal guy. So you just have these monsters, man. And Bisping didn't know who, I think it was Huron or Henner is. And they were doing grappling, and they got his back. And I think they got a rear naked on him, and he popped down. He's like, "What the fuck, mate?" And he's like, "I'm like, you know who that is, dude, right?" I'm like, this is all he does. That's Henner Gracie. He's like, "Really?" And then was like, "You, me again." Called him out. I'm like, this fucking dude. And then he defended the choke. But Bisping never stopped, man. It was like he was always just like his cardio. That's why his cardio was so fucking good all the time. Bisping's a legend. You're talking about a Hall of Famer, dude. You're talking about Mount Rushmore. You're talking about the guy who put Europe on the map. He was the face of Europe fighting for a long time. He's the reason why the UFC is so big over there. He was our Ricky Hatton, man. What Ricky Hatton did for boxing, he did for the UFC. And they're hoping Darren Till's going to be that next guy for them, and he's on his way.
Yeah, he's been a little odd these days, though.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there, but. Bisping's always been kind of professional. Yeah, being Bisping, it's always been a weird thing. Like I remember when I was fighting, me and him had appearance together, and he didn't want to do it with me. And Dana called, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess Bisping said you said something you want to fight." I'm like, "What? I never said any of that." So there's always been like this middle weird animosity between us. And then we've worked together on UFC now, and he's great, and he's a great commentator, and Just a stud, man. I've always had respect for Michael Bisping. There's zero beef there, ever.
Good. One of my buddies is a fan of Bisping's podcast, and he says that he's like a fan of Fighter and the Kid.